Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and today we're going to be making another card. I'm still working my way through my saved videos of cards I want to recreate. And the card today that we're going to be making is from Avid Stampers, JilliBling, and she calls it Changing Leaves. And it's basically a fun fold card.
Well,
and I've gone ahead and cut it out with my Cricut. She glues her flat because obviously this is two pieces connected. So I glued it to the front measures almost 16 inches. And the reason for that is because I did do one thing in her cardstock from this pad here. Okay, so one of the different things, WV Violet, one of the things I've done differently is I glued this flap here to the inside of this card. And the reason for that is because I'm using cardstock from this pad here for the DCWV Violet Leaf Stack, which is from 2012, so it may or may not be easy to find, but if you like it, you could look for it. So they're not double-sided. The back side's white, front side is whatever design they've printed on it. So I did not want this white strip down here. I wanted the back of the card, let me get it folded up here, to look like this. And the reason for that is I just thought it looked better than having this white strip down along the edge. So I put it in here where I feel like it's less noticeable since it just comes right off the edge of that. So that's one of the things I did differently. You could also, now this is how the file is set up, by the way, which is a freebie, and I'll link it, well, it's in my Facebook page, on my Facebook page, and you'll find the link there. But you could also instead just remove this flap and do a flap on the back if you want to still include different writing space, depending on how you do it. Or you could just, well, you'd still need at least this piece. Because it'll be on the front here, so you could just eliminate this back flap here and just put a place to write a message there. Sorry, that just did not come out well, but you know what I mean. So I changed that. The other thing I did is I did not cut out mats for this, and I may change my mind when I see how it looks, but I used 2 sheets from this paper pad, so they coordinate really nicely. And I set it up in my design space to cut out from the same place across the pad. So I actually moved the pieces so that they would fit the way the card's laid out, because I wanted it to look cohesive, you know. So I'm going to kind of pull a couple of these off here. Whoops. I left them on the mat so that I wouldn't get confused, because I do get confused easily, and I didn't want to take time to try and figure out where all of this stuff went. Oh, okay, so I did mess up though. Oh boy, okay, well, I'll be okay. So that one, I had it on the top, but it should have been, should have put a different one on the top. So I'll use this one on the top, and I'll put this one, which actually does go right below that one there. So what I should have done, anyway, it's a long story, but I didn't position them correctly, so the top ones are not the actual top of this cardstock. That goes on the bottom, and we'll put that on the top. And then we've got one for over here. So this is what it will look like without any mats glued on. And I don't know, I mean, I may go ahead and cut out the mats, just because it would add a little something. So that leaves me with another decision to make that I wasn't prepared to do. What I should have done was, the file includes, let's go to the file and I'll show you. Okay, so here are the base layers. These darker blue ones are the base layers. Then these grayish blue ones are the matting layers. That's probably what I should have cut out if I wasn't going to actually use a matting layer. But I didn't. I cut out the light blue layers, which were the cover for the mat. So, I mean, it's not, it just gives it a bigger borders all, but I'm wondering if it wouldn't look better with a mat now. So there's a couple options. I could use just like a dark solid green, which I probably have. Maybe something that matches the leaves. I could even do a purple or a gold, or this is kind of an off, you know, kind of an off-white cream color, but I feel like that's too, I feel like there's too much of that anyway. So I'm going to pause the video real quick while I look at a couple of options and see which one we like best. Alright, I found this piece of gold foil cardstock. It's like a 65 pound, I think. Yeah, 65 pounds. It's from the Michael's Recollections collection. And because there is gold, although not very much of it, let's see here, there is some gold in the design itself. So I think I'm going to use that. So the scrap's large enough that I can get all of my pieces that I need out of there. And what I'm going to do to kind of save some space here is I'm going to take these smaller pieces and I'm going to cut them out of the center of these bigger ones. So I'm going to layer them up kind of funny, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's go back over to the laptop screen, and I'm going to cut out the dark gray ones. So let's go to Make It, and let's go to this dark gray panel. So I don't need these larger ones, so I'm just going, well, actually I do need one of them. Okay, so this will be interesting. So I'm going to get rid of this one, hide object, and then this actually works out better. I'm going to turn this, hold the shift key and the arrow, and that way you get a nice right angle. I'm going to do the same with this. And then I'm going to actually do the same with all of these. Okay, and then I'm just going to move these on top of here. And what that's going to do for me is it's going to save me some cardstock, because as you know, the fancier the foils and stuff, they're a little more expensive, but this will cut down on that for me. So I'm going to cut those out real quick and we'll be right back. Okay, we've got them all cut out, and I saved space and cardstock by cutting out the centers of these pieces with my smaller ones, so that they will not be wasting more space. Nobody's going to see them because they'll be covered up. So I'm just going to remove everything here real quick. And that's what we got left. So I'll save this strip here and this strip here and maybe even this wider strip here. And the rest will go in the bin. So what we're going to do is, and I probably use some tape just to help ensure it'll stick, because you do have a little trouble with glue sometimes getting it to stick to a shiny surface. But this is what your piece would look like. So let's lay that now on here. and the lighting is so bad. Let me lift it up. So that gives you an idea how different it looks. It really makes it stand out. So I'm glad I went ahead and did that. So I'll just lay these all out here real quick. Now, this cardstock, the core is this kind of craft color, which doesn't go bad with the gold. But if that bothered you, or you were using a different color combination, you could always ink around the edges or use a pen or something to color that. You can even buy gold, silver, copper, rose gold pens for that kind of thing if you want, paint pens. So we'll lay that one there. I just want to see how this looks, then I'll glue it down off camera. But yeah. Dump those there, put this one over this. Do have a few edges to trim up a little bit. I have been using this mat for a while, but I just keep reapplying a zig glue marker to it, and then what that does is if you let that dry, it becomes repositionable. So it's probably due for another one of those, which is why I'm not getting as clean a cuts as I would like. Okay, 2 more. Then you'll be able to kind of see, and then I'll just glue it all together for you. Oops. Actually, I'm going to switch these two. I think that's how they went together anyway. So, well, now they've all slid, but you get the idea. There we go. So look how pretty that's going to be. So I'm going to take a few, glue it together, and we'll be right back to show you the mostly completed project. I don't have a sentiment for the inside yet. And you know, there's a bunch of things you could use this for. It could be a get well card, get well soon card, birthday card, anniversary card, just thinking of you card. I mean, it could work for a number of different things. So let's take a pause, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I've gone ahead and glued the top layers, the decorative pieces, to the matting layers, which was the gold, and glued all of that down to the card base. So this will be your card. Now, I haven't decided on a sentiment yet, but it will stand up, as you can see, like this or like this. So there's going to be a lot of visibility of this for this card, and then of course you got the flip open edge here to write, you know, your message and keep it still kind of personal and private. Looks like I've got need to take a little bit off of that edge right there. You could even, if you wanted to, add something to the back if you felt like you needed to do that. So there's plenty of room there. It could even be a good going away card or retirement card, or I mean just about anything, honestly. Or even just a nice the grapes make me think of wine. Those look like grapes. Looks like grape leaves. So it could even be a card that you take with a nice bottle of wine as a hostess gift to somebody who's maybe hosting you. I am going to have to trim that off a little bit, but that's okay. I can do that easily. In fact, let's just do it right now. So I was cutting a whole bunch of heavy cardstock with this thing a few weeks ago, this Tim Holtz trimmer, and I kind of, it came apart back here. Now my husband was able to put it back together, but now it won't stay tight. It's very loose, so I kind of have to keep playing with it. Just telling you, so if it happens to you, you'll know what to do. So I'm going to take this bent edge right there, and I'm just going to trim that off just the tiniest little bit to make sure it fits. Okay, give it just a little bit. I'm trying to push it, but I don't want to push it too far. That might be good. All right. Ah, much better. All right, thank you, Tim. So there you go. So you can then decorate this some more, and I would put like some kind of greenery, a nice fern or something like that, like a die cut or maybe a sticker or something. I don't know, whatever you want. You could even put your main message there if you didn't want to put it on any of these flaps out here. You can see on, and like I said, I'll link her video below. She JilliBling does a lot of decorating on hers. Hers is more fall inspired. I think we'll come back tomorrow and figure out how we might want to finish this off, but it's a good start. And this, again, it's another Design Space freebie, so help yourself. And if you notice, like one of the other viewers did, that I link the video but forget to link the freebie to Design Space, just give me a shout and I'll fix that for you, because that is something I tend to forget quite frequently. I don't know why. I've just got a mental block about it or something, but I will put it out there for you because I want you guys to have it. Anyway, I'm really happy with this, the way this turned out. So aside from going through my videos that I've saved that I want to, you know, recreate or mimic or whatever, case is a word, I'm also going to go through all of my different cardstock pads, paper pads, because I've had them for 10-15 years and I need to start using them. I can't take this stuff with me, and I'd much rather enjoy it while I'm here and enjoy it and let others enjoy it too. So I've got a huge collection of cards. At some point, I don't know, I've got to find a place to put them, or you know, or someone to give them to, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this is our latest one, and I do think it's super cute. And we'll come back tomorrow. I'll think on it tonight, and we'll do a quick one tomorrow to show how we're going to finish it off, maybe, if I can think of something. Otherwise, that's our card for the day. And again, this was from JilliBling with Avid Stampers, and I'll link her channel below. I'll link this video below. And you know, if you have any ideas or comments or anything you'd like to see me put on here, if this is a card you're interested in and you have a use for it, please put that in the comments. Let me know how you want me to finish it, and I'll pop it in the mail to you. Just make sure I have a valid address, because I did have another lady ask me for a couple of cards, and I sent them out in April, I believe. March. Might have been March. And I just got them back this past week. It was a bad address. So I don't know if she really didn't want them or if she was confused. I don't know what her situation was, but I'd hate for somebody who really wanted something to not get it, because like I said, I don't really have a use for it. I just enjoy making them. So please leave a comment below, and we'll see what we can do for you. In the meantime, I hope you all have a happy, crafty day.